Hi friends, good morning. Live Fit with Laura on this very, very cold, gray day after Thanksgiving. We say our daily prayer, so let's say it with me. Each day, no matter the weather, no matter how we quote unquote feel, no matter what's going on in our lives with other people, whether they act like jerks or whether they're actually have their minds off themselves and realize it's a big, beautiful world and the world is not all about them. We say the same prayer. Lord, I will not live in want today. I will not criticize, curse, condemn, or compare my life. I will not allow my expectations of others to control me. I will love freely with an agape love, knowing that we are all flawed. Say with me, this is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in the day. We have decided to rejoice. We say, I will rejoice. I will forgive. I will get my exercise. We don't say, I will try. We have decided to. So let me talk to you about the workout. So I ran around this field as a warm-up. We always want to warm up. And Daisy is keeping me company over here in this enclosure here. I started out with step-ups on the picnic table. I did single leg alternate step-ups. A right and a left is count of 1. I did 10. Then I flipped around and I did a reverse plank hold, 10 seconds, and I went into single leg hamstring dips. I did 5, and then I lifted the other leg 5 times, and then I switched. So I haven't worked out for a while. I've been really tired. For those of my friends who don't know, I have a health condition that leaves me very, very tired. But I exercise anyway. I do what I can. When we have a health condition, whether we are 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60 or whatever, we adapt. I adapt. I'm very tired. I don't do well with driving anymore, except to and from work. I don't do well with going shopping in the grocery store. So I do most of my shopping online. And I've had to really taper back what I do. We adapt to our conditions with a positive attitude. We accept the number of birthdays we have. This condition isn't related to my number of birthdays, but it leaves me very, very fatigued. And it is actually a heart condition that I have. And so we adapt, we accept, and we do what we can, and we don't beat ourselves up for what we can't do. So I very often feel bad about what I can no longer do, but I remember what I teach my friends. We are grateful for what we can do, and we do what we can do, and we simply implement different ways to get our exercise. I want to tell you about the workouts that I do now are less repetitions. They still target the major muscles in the body. I have never done boot camp workouts, but I always still work out, and I find that when I run or walk, I do shorter lengths, maybe 2/3 of what I used to do a year ago. But we always keep a positive attitude because why? We don't know the future. Nothing is forever. We don't know the future. We do know, well, let me correct myself, we don't know the future of circumstance on this earth, but we do know the 3 W answers. Why are we here? What are we doing here? And where will we go after we die? We are here because our Creator placed us here. We are born male or female. We are placed here by a loving and living God. What are we doing here? Not to one-up everybody, not to put as much money in the bank as possible. We do not take anything with us when our earthly bodies get sick and old. Our purpose here is to live out our unique gifts and abilities to make this world a better place. We seek peace at all times without being a doormat or a martyr. Where will we go after our physical bodies die? The one thing we do know is that we are loved by a living God. We do know that we have eternal life. We live forever spiritually. After our physical bodies wear out and get sick or old, we live on forever. We have the promise of eternal life. That is hope, my friend. Our favorite 4-letter word is hope. And just as I've talked to my friends that our lives here on this earth are but a short while, and we stay on the straight and narrow, just as if we are standing on a moving sidewalk in an airport. If we were to get on and off that moving sidewalk every time someone else got on or off, we would never get to our destination. We would never get to our gate and be able to take the plane. We stay on that moving sidewalk. We notice people get on and off, just as people come in and out of our lives. We don't let that derail us. We stay on the straight and narrow. We stay on that moving sidewalk because we want to get to our destination. For the second set of this workout, I'm going to do single leg step-ups. Instead of count right and left equals 1, I'm going to do 10 on the right and 10 on the left, now that those muscles are warmed up. And then I'm going to come over and do those reverse plank hamstring dips to leg lifts. And then I'm going to go to this higher wall. This is a much higher wall. It's about as high as my knee. And I'm going to do the same step-up routine. Right and left equals kind of 1. I'm going to do 5 total. And then I'm going to repeat. Living Fit with Laura, we are always glad to be alive. We are always glad for this day because we have decided to keep our mind off ourselves. We have decided to forgive. We have decided to enjoy the steadfast joy that only our Creator gives us, that is not dependent on what people do, people, places, or things. We are joyous, not because of people, places, or things, but in spite of. Steadfast joy is very different than happiness. Happiness depends on circumstance, and for those of my friends managing depression, I have depression. I've shared with my friends I spent many years, 10 or 12, over-medicated on a cocktail of drugs that I was unable to work. I was told by the quote-unquote experts I would never work, never be productive, never marry, never have children. God has the last say. I've been completely delivered. I have a responsible job. I have 2 beautiful grown sons. So we never get discouraged because we cannot predict the future, and we know that hope is our favorite 4-letter word. Our God is a God of hope. He wants us to live well. He wants us to have a good life. The reason He gives us the commandments of forgiveness, forgiveness of others, forgiveness of self, and the commandments of monogamy is because He wants us to be sane, stable, serene, and strong. If you think more is better, you are dead wrong. There is a very high risk of depression and suicide in these polyamorous relationships. Now research has shown that open marriages cause so much misery and destruction. So more is not better. We focus on our spouse when we are married. We keep it clean in thought, word, and deed. And we do not live by this culture. This culture is very me centered. It's very changeable. So we do not want to be like leaves tossed about by the winds. We build our house on a rock, not on sand. Lord, I will live well today. I will be grateful for this day with my mind off myself. How do I move forward? One step at a time. I'll continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind me those things that lie behind. Let's continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind us those things that lie behind, learning from our painful choices, and knowing that we are an instrument of God's peace. We do not sow destruction or hate, we sow peace. We love with an agape love, knowing that we can have steadfast joy without a reciprocating relationship, because the source of our steadfast joy is our Creator. He is always with us. He is with us when we get up. He is with us all throughout the day, and He is with us when we sit down. Let's have a great day with me, Living Fit with Laura, focusing on the sun, even when it is cloudy and overcast, knowing that He is ever present with us. We are sane, stable, serene, and strong. Have a great day with me. We are sane, stable, serene, and strong. I'm proud of you, Living Fit with Laura.